Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. In today's class, we'll discuss some multiple choice questions from the chapter Fractions and Decimals. Starting with the first question for today, which is equal to 6.45? Now here in the question, we are given a decimal number, that is 6.45. And in the options we are having different fractions. We need to find out which of these fractions represents our decimal number. This is 6.45. There are two ways to convert this into a decimal. What is the first way? Write the number as it is without the decimal point. Then for the denominator, first write 1, and after the decimal point we are having 2 digits to the right. Yes children, we are having 2 decimal places. So after 1 we need to place 2 zeros. 645 by 100 will be our fraction. And another way to write this is the whole number part, that is 6, will be written as it is, and then write the decimal part as the numerator, divided by, again what will be the denominator? After 1 we have to place 2 zeros. Why? Because in the decimal given we are having 2 decimal places. Understood children? If you want to write it in the form of an improper fraction, it would be 645 by 100. If you want to write it as a mixed fraction, it would be 645 by 100. The whole number part will be written separately. Now from the given options, option C, 645 by 100 will be our correct answer. Okay. Next question 2. The model below is shaded to represent the number 1. Yes, all the blocks of the given square are shaded. It is completely shaded, so it represents the number 1. And each of the following models is shaded to represent a decimal number. Again, what do we have here children? We are having 2 models of the same size and also of the equal number of blocks. We have to first find out what fraction does this model represent and what fraction does this model represent. If we count the shaded blocks of this, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 columns here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 columns, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 rows. So 7 into 10, 70. This shaded part represents 70 blocks. Then we have 4 more blocks. So 70 plus 4 becomes 74. What is the number of shaded blocks here children? 74 blocks are shaded in model 1, divided by, what are the total number of blocks? We have 10 rows into 10 columns. So 10 tens are becomes 100. 74 by 100 is the fraction that represents our model 1. In the same way for model 2 we are having 16 shaded blocks divided by 100, that is the total number of blocks. So these are the fractions representing model 1 and model 2. Now if 2 are added, what is the sum? 74 by 100 is for model 1 and 16 by 100 is for model 2. What are they asking? If the decimals are added. Now from here we can proceed in 2 ways. The first is we can add the fractions as it is. This would be 90 by 100, and then finally convert this fraction into a decimal. In the denominator we are having 2 zeros. So in the numerator we'll place a point after 2 digits from the right. 0.90 will be our answer. Or else this 74 by 100 becomes 0.74 plus 16 by 100 becomes 0.16. Now when we add these two, our answer will be 0.90 children. So either ways the answer is 0.90. Option B is our correct answer. Next question 3. What is 13.73 rounded to the nearest tenth? 13 0.73 rounded to the nearest tenth, that is the 1/10 children. If the question mentions nearest rounded to the nearest tens, it means this one which is in tens place. But here the question says that rounded off to the nearest tenth. It is nothing but rounded off to the nearest 1/10. If you look at the place values of the given decimal number, 7 is in 1/10 place, 3 is in 1/100th place, again this 3 is in ones place. These are the place values of the given decimal number. If you recall, how do we round off a given number to the nearest 10? We look at the digit in the ones place, and if it is less than 5, then we round down, and if it is greater than 5, we round up. Yes children, what did we do? We looked at the digit on to the right side of the given number. In the same way, to round off our 1/10, 7, we are going to round off the digit in the 1/10th place. We need to look at the digit in 1/100th place, that is the digit to its right side. Now 3 is less than 5. 3 is less than 5, so we will round down. We had 13.73. Now what will it be children? Rounded off to the nearest tens. As we are rounding down, we simply replace the digit in 1/100th place by 0. So 13.73 becomes 13.70. We are simply applying the logic that we have learned for rounding off to the nearest tens. Yes, there we looked at the digit in ones place and then rounded off. In the same way, to round off the given number to the nearest tens, we look at the digit in 1/100th place. As it is less than 5, we round it down. The answer is 13.70. That is option B. 13.70 is nothing but 13.7. Yes, so option B becomes our correct answer. Next question. What is another way to write 0.7 inches? Now inches is again a unit of measuring length. Yes children, we are having the decimal number 0.7. Now how do we convert it into a fraction? Write the numbers as it is without the decimal point, and for the denominator write 1, and if you look at the decimal number, we are having one decimal place, that is we are having only 7 after the decimal point. So as we are having only one decimal place, we will place 1 0 in the denominator. So 0.7 can also be written as 0.7/10 or simply 7/10. So the another way to write 0.7 inches is 7/10 inches. That is nothing but our option D. Understood children? Converting our decimal into a fraction number. 0.7 is equal to 7.10. Question number 5. The table shows the number of boys and girls that wear spectacles in class 5. Now what is the fraction of girls in class C to the number of boys in 5A and 5B? What should we find out? The fraction of girls in 5C to the number of boys in 5A and 5B. Now when such a question is given, what you have to understand is the first part of the question, that is the fraction of girls in 5C, will be our numerator. Then the sentence that comes after this that is the number of boys in 5A and 5B, will be our denominator children. Understood? The first part of the question will be our numerator and the second part will be our denominator. If we look at the number of girls in 5C, see in 5C we are having 5 girls, so 5 becomes our numerator, and then the boys in 5A and 5B. The boys in 5A and 5B all together, we have to add them. 16 plus 12, 8, 2. 28 is our answer. So this 28 becomes the denominator. This 5 by 28 option C is the fraction of girls in 5C to the number of boys in 5A and 5B. Understood, children? Next question 6. Mr. Dilip has 1 cup of gravy in a measuring cup. He pours out 1/4 cup of gravy. How much gravy is left in the measuring cup? Now what is the question? Mr. Dilip here has 1 cup of gravy and out of which he has poured 1/4 cup. Now how much will be left in the cup after pouring out our 1/4? Again, there are 2 ways to solve the question. First, you can take a figure and then divide it into 4 parts. Yes, if I take out 1/4, how many parts are remaining, children? What is the fraction of the remaining part? We have 1, 2, 3 divided by 4. That is the total number of parts. So if I take out 1/4, I will be remaining with 3/4. This is how you solve using the diagram. Now the next method is 1 minus 1/4. Why are we subtracting 1/4 from 1? Here 1 cup, we are having 1 cup of gravy. So from that 1 cup he has poured out 1/4. That means we have to subtract 1/4 from our 1. This is a subtraction of a whole number and a fraction. How will we do that, children? We'll consider 1 as 1/1 minus 1/4. Here the denominators are different. So if we take the LCM of 1, 4, if you remember, LCM of 1 and any other number will be the number itself. So LCM of 1 and 4 is 4. Converting these into like fractions, 1 into 4 by 1 into 4 minus 1 into 1 by 4 into 1. 1 4s are 4 divided by 1 4s are 4 minus 1 1s are 1 by 4 1s are 4. Now we are left with 2 like fractions with the same denominator 4. How did we get this 4? We got this after finding out the LCM. So 4/4 minus 1/4 is equal to 4 minus 1 divided by 4. That is nothing but our 3/4. Understood, children? After taking out 1/4 cup of gravy, Mr. Dilip will be left with 3/4 cups in the measuring cup. This is how we solve the question by subtraction of the given whole number and fraction. Next, question 7. Answer the following question on the basis of the figure given below. What fraction of the figure is unshaded? If you observe the figure here carefully, we are having an inner circle, then we are having this, and then we are having this. We are having 3 different shapes inside this figure, and each shape is divided into 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each shape is divided into 4 equal parts. And from those parts, how many parts are unshaded, children? So if you look at this outer figure, 3 are unshaded out of 4. So 3/4. Again, if you look at this small circle, 3 are unshaded out of 4. Again, if you look at the inner circle, 3 are unshaded out of our 4 parts. See, no matter whatever shape we take from the figure, each shape has 3/4 part as unshaded. Or if you just simply move the shaded part this side so that all the shaded parts are together, you can clearly observe that only 1/4 of the figure is shaded and 3 by 4th of the figure is unshaded. Overall, how much figure is unshaded, children? Option D, 3 by 4th figure is unshaded. And if they ask you what fraction of the figure is shaded, it will be our 1 by 4. Understood? Next question 8. In the given circle 3 by 6 of the sections, in the given circle, 3 by 6 of the sections are shaded. Which of the following is equal to 3 by 6? Now, one way to solve this is, if you look at the figure, half of the figure is shaded. From looking at it, we can say that half of the figure is shaded. So, this figure also represents the fraction 1 by 2, that is option B. Or else, we learned how to find out the equivalent fractions, right, children? Yes. So, you can find out the equivalent fractions. If you take 1 by 3 here, first one, when we multiply it with 3, we have 1 3s are 3 divided by 3 3s are 9. No, this is wrong. Then we have 1 by 2. Again, if you multiply it with 3, 1 3s are 3 by 2 3s are 6. Yes, the equivalent fraction of 1 by 2 is 3 by 6. So, 1 by 2 is equal to our 3 by 6, that is option B. Understood? One way was, just by looking at the figure, we can say that half of the portion is shaded. So, 1 by 2 becomes our correct answer. Or else you can find out the equivalent fraction. Next question. What fraction of the figure is shaded? If you observe, children, these blocks, the blocks which I am highlighting with red color are shaded, but they are not fully shaded. Only half of those boxes is shaded. Yes, so we cannot consider it as one fully shaded block. These two will be considered as one block. Again, these two will be considered as one block. Again, these two will be considered as one block, and this will be considered as one block. So, first, how many? Now, by understanding the halfly shaded parts, what did we find out? That there are 8 half shaded boxes, which is nothing but equal to 4 fully shaded boxes. Now, apart from these, we are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 fully shaded blocks. So, 4 plus 6 becomes 10. The overall, that is the total number of fully shaded blocks here becomes 10, children. Yes. Now, what is this becomes our numerator, 10, the number of shaded blocks. Now, what will be our denominator? Denominator will be the total number of blocks. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 columns into 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 rows. 6 fours are 24 is our total number of blocks. So, 24 becomes our denominator. And if we look at the given options, we do not have 10 by 24 in our answers. But does that mean that our fraction is wrong? No, it is correct. But in the given options, we have to find out the equivalent fraction for this. See, option B, 5 by 12. If you find out the equivalent fraction of 5 by 12, children, when we multiply both numerator and denominator by 2, we'll get 5 2s are 10 divided by 12 2s are 24. So, 5 by 12 is nothing but equal to our 10 by 24. Option B, 5 by 12 becomes our correct answer. So, like this, sometimes the direct answer will not be given. You have to find out the equivalent. Question number 11. Which fraction is greater than 1 by 2? Now we have 1 by 2 here, and then we have the remaining fractions 1 by 4, 1 by 3, 3 by 8 and 3 by 4. If you want, the easiest way to solve this is, first take a figure and then shade 1 by 2. Okay. Then next we are having 1 by 4, right? So take the same figure of the same length. Let me draw neatly. Yes. And then shade 1 by 4. Done. Then again take the same figure and then shade 1 by 3. Then we are having 3 by 8, right? Make it into 4. See, like this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 equal parts. And then from that shade 3. 1, 2 and 3. Then lastly we have 3 by 4. So divide it into 4 equal parts and then shade 3 by 4. Now from this, can you tell me children which is greater than 3 by 1 by 2? See, the green line here is the line of 1 by 2. Now which fraction is representing more than 1 by 2? 3 by 4, the last one. So the fraction 3 by 4 is greater than our fraction 1 by 2. Or else we already know how to compare fractions, right? Yes, you can take the LCM or else cross multiply them and compare as in which is the greater fraction. But for now, option D 3 by 4 is our correct answer. Next question. Divide 31.64 by the difference between 98 tenths and 580 hundredths. If you remember this tenths and hundreds, these are the decimal places. Yes, 98 tenths means 98 into 1 by 10. That is nothing but 98 by 10. So when we convert into a decimal, it would be 9.8. Yes, in the denominator we have 1 0. So we'll place a decimal point after one digit from the right. Then we have 580 hundredths. So 580 into 1 by 100, it would be 580 by 100. And then if we convert it into a decimal, it would be 5.80. Now we need to find out the difference between these two. Yes, 9.8 minus 5.80. As here we are not having any number, we'll place 0, 0.4. So 4 is our answer. The difference between these two is 4. Now we have to divide our number 31.64 by 4. We have 4 7s are 28. When we subtract 3 is remaining, 6 brought down, 4 9s are 36. 0, then 4 brought down, 4 1s are 4. Now where to place the decimal point, children? In the in the dividend, we are having a decimal point after 2 digits from the right. So even in the quotient, we'll place a decimal point after 2 digits from the right. 791 was our answer and we have placed the decimal point here. So option A, 7.91 becomes our correct answer. Yes? Next question. Which of the following is equivalent to 2 by 5? Now if you look at the options carefully, 0.25 is nothing but 25 by 100. 2 into 1 by 5. How do we multiply, children, the fractions? Here we have 1 as the denominator, so multiplying the numerators and then multiplying the denominators. 2 1s are 2 divided by 1 5s are 5. Yes, option B becomes our correct answer. 2 into 1 by 5 is nothing but our 2 by 5. Clear, right? Next question. The given diagram shows the original position of a steering wheel. Now which of the following diagrams shows the correct position of the wheel after it has been turned 2 3 by 4 turns to the right? What does the steering wheel means? While we are driving in a car or something, you will be seeing the wheel, right, in a car, bus. Yes, the wheel is called as steering wheel. Now what should we do? We should turn it 2 3 by 4 times to the right. See, this is one time, then again 2 times to the right. If we turn it completely 2 times, the position will not change. But what did we do the third time? Yes, what did we do? We turned it only 3 by 4. See children, there are 1 2 3 4 parts, right? So we have turned only 3 at 3 points instead of all the 4. First from R we have gone here, that is 1 by 4. Then again another one, that would be 2 by 4. Then again another one. So this will be our 2, 3 by 4th position. What will it be? R came to this side. Instead of Q, we are having R. Again, why am I moving only this side? Because in the question it is mentioned that I am turning the wheel to the right side. So I am going in this direction. It's not a complete circle. We have turned only 3 by 4th of it. So here on the left side we are having R. In the given options, which is having R there? Option C. Yes, R comes here. Then this S comes here. Then after S we have P and then we have Q. So R, S, P, Q, option C becomes our correct answer. Next question 15. Mithul bought a box of candles. These are the candles that are in the box. What fraction of candles are striped? Striped means having lines. Yes, how many candles are having lines? 2. So 2 will be our numerator, divided by what are the total number of candles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 2 by 10 is our answer here. But again in the options we do not have 2 by 10. So what should we do? Find the equivalent fraction or reduce it to the lowest form. Reducing it to the lowest form means dividing it. Yes children, dividing it by the same number. 2 divided by 2 to 1 and 10 divided by 2 is equal to 5. So 1 by 5 is our simplest form. Do we have it in the options? Yes, option A 1 by 5 is our answer here. 2 by 10 is also correct. But as we are not having 2 by 10 in the options, we have to find out its equivalent fraction by dividing it. Next question. The picture shown below shows the different parts of the blanket that will be made with red and yellow fabric. Yes, what decimal represents the part of the blanket that will be red? O is yellow and X is red. X is red and O is yellow. Actually, we need not even solve this by counting or such. If you observe carefully, in the whole figure here, half portion is filled with yellow and half portion is filled with red. Yes children, by looking at it itself we can say that half of the blanket will be covered in red. Now how do we represent half in decimal number? The denominator here is not 10, but when we multiply it with 5 we'll get 10. Yes, 1 5s are 5 divided by 2 5s are 10. Now 5 by 10 is our fraction. How to represent it as a decimal number? 0.5. 10 is having 1 0, so after one digit from the right we'll place our decimal point. 0.5 is the answer. Yes. Do we have it in the options? Yes, option A 0.50 is our answer. Or if you want, you can count the total number of rows and columns here. I mean, we are having 10 columns and 10 rows. So in total we are having 100 blocks, and from that these are 25 plus 25. We are having 50 blocks in red color. Yes, 50 by 100 is the fraction representing red color. Now how will it represented in decimal number? 0.50. It's having 2 zeros. So we place the decimal point after 2 digits from the right. Yes children, 0.40 is our answer. I hope this is clear, right? Option C 0.50 is our answer. And with this, please visit our website www.aimstoday.in for other information regarding online classes, quizzes, live worksheets, DIY activities, English classes and coding. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates.